Assassin's Creed Shadows got the biggest update since release with a brand new quest in a new area that I had a ton of fun with. It also comes with a free reward. The patch includes big parkour upgrades that make the game way more fun to play. We got some economy changes, some nerfs, huge photo mode enhancements, and way more. Let's namely start with the fact that the Throne to the Docks pre-order mission is now available for everyone. So also if you did not pre-order the game. You can start it very early after unlocking your hideout over here on the map, and they actually also unlock a new pet for in your hideout. It's a very short mission, so don't expect a lot, but still it's fun to play through it. Now the actual new content is the Dead by Daylight event. If you have Yasuke unlocked and installed the update, then you will see the quest pop up near your hideout. I would recommend that you save before you do the mission, because there's no way to replay it, so they can try the quest with both Naue and Yasuke. I don't want to spoil too much, but I feel that this is what the free content should be. A fun new twist to the gameplay, and also the fact that it's way more mythical than any of the other content we've seen in the main game really makes it also more special and makes me hopeful for more of this in the future. So again, when you finish it, you get a free item, the Entity's Touch trinket for both Naue and Yasuke, that gives damage reduction after losing 40% health in 5 seconds. So this is in particular helpful if you use the 75% damage but limit health to 25% perk with Yasuke from the Samurai Daimyo armor. Like normally I take 2 hits on the hardest difficulty and die, but now I can actually absorb that second hit and stay alive. I wish there was a visual effect indicating when the protection perk triggers, but that's sadly not the case. So it's not bad, but also not amazing. And maybe you already saw it, but there's also a special Dead by Daylight item pack in the Helix shop, and it looks kind of wild as it turns Naue into this zombie-like spirit. And you stay like this during conversations because your skin changes thanks to the chest piece. So it feels like you already have the headgear during cutscenes, even though we of course have to wait for that feature because it launches with the June update. And yeah, I do not need to explain why Yasuke looks awesome. So I will be testing these items and tell you if they are any good in a future video, so subscribe for that. And if you are a subscriber, you can participate in my giveaway for Helix credits via the link in the pinned comment, so you can win these brand new items. The giveaway is almost over, so you gotta be quick. And yes, Ubisoft updated the parkour. I already tried it a bit myself, but they also shared some before and after footage, with the biggest new addition totally being the new vertical jump. The Japanese architecture of course has a lot of these overhangs. First you had to use the wall or the side to reach them, but with the new vertical jump, run to the overhang, hit the parkour up button, so X or A on Xbox, to perform this jump so you can more quickly climb up. And pro tip, by the way, if you have more speed, you can actually do the jump earlier, so climb up faster. But this is in particular a game changer for Yasuke, because he can now simply reach things he could not reach before, or he can reach things way faster instead of having to climb to the side, which is great. So as you might know, with the recent update, Ubisoft already made sure that the back and side ejects maintained height instead of losing it. But with this new patch, we now actually gain height, so you can actually use the ejects to get higher up or climb between buildings that are close to each other. They also added a brand new side jump move that looks pretty cool and now works because you gain way more height. Again, it's pretty wild what you're now able to achieve, and it's satisfying to pull off as well. They now also made sure that when you start your parkour with a run to, for example, do the vertical leap and then climb up, you actually keep running. So first you would lose momentum, you would not be running, but now you just keep running. It makes everything feel way better. Now instead, if you start your parkour with a run, you parkour up, you run. If you then hit the run button or analog stick again, you actually slow down, so good to keep that in mind. And while he's of course way slower overall, Yasuke does have all these parkour upgrades as well. So this parkour update won, but Ubisoft said that there will be at least a second one as well, and they asked me to ask you if you have any parkour wishes that you would like to see. Drop them in the comments. They will be reading all our wishes, also for other things by the way, and then they might include them in that second update. Ubisoft changed some things in the economy. If you are someone who likes to buy hideout resources or crafting materials at port traders, then you will be sad to know that these prices have doubled. Wood, for example, went from 4 to 8 a piece, and minerals from 12 to 24. Crafting materials also doubled in price for both Naue and Yasuke. You still get the same amount of money from selling these items though, and the reason they did this is to push players to get these resources from the open world instead of straight up buying them. But I tested this and they actually did not increase the amount of hideout and crafting resources you get in the open world or from contracts. That's still the same. They only increased the amount of money you get from contracts. This was first 680 and then now after the update I get 900 mon from it. So that's a 32% increase. Which is kind of nice, but they nerfed another more easy money source, namely the money you get from Ronins and Samurai Daisho. I killed many Ronins before and now also after the update, and first on level 60 the amount of mon I could get would go up to 850 sometimes, but now it seems to be more than halved, as the most I got from around the 10 kills was 319. So it's still worth it to take them out when you see them, but it's not the amazing money source it once was. Of course, curious to hear your thoughts on this in the comments down below. The new photo mode additions are really great, like while first the Shadows photo mode lacked features the other games had, they now added them back and also added more modern additions. Like yes, we have poses now, so Naue can actually enjoy a conversation with her allies. Yes, the preview now also lets you check the shot and move it around without the UI in the way. You can change facial expressions, remove the headgear. There's now music that plays while making the perfect shot. It's pretty awesome how there are poses based on weapons as well, although the Kusarigama is sadly missing, likely because of the chain that could move around if I had to guess. But yeah, this looks very cool for Yasuke too, and we can finally change the time of day, but only in the photo mode. Now fingers crossed that an actual feature like that will be added for the gameplay as well. We got 2 frames, a portrait and cinematic. Like overall, let me know what you think of these new photo mode changes in the comments down below. And if you have cool shots, you can always share them in our Discord, link to that in the pinned comment. And there are more changes and fixes. They finally removed the exclamation mark from the inventory screen if you checked everything. It feels very freeing seeing that finally disappear. There was still an engraving in the game that said plus 600% affliction buildup. You can, by the way, buy that over here on the map at a gear vendor. Well, the 600% was of course a mistake. It's actually 6%, so now you see the correct information. So this is pretty crazy. Some players like Fortress Caulfield saw a huge giant in a city. Ubisoft said that they now fixed this issue, so it should not happen again. There was also an issue where some people could not interact with Ganojo in the hideout. We did not have this issue, but it should be resolved. And they overall also improved the stability for if you placed a lot of stuff in your hideout. So let me know in the comments if you noticed any improvements. Yagoro could become stuck in a coven, so would then not return to the hideout, which should now be addressed. And there are some things they said they fixed, but we tested them before and after the update and nothing was changed for us. But there are of course some secret changes. Maybe you already noticed some. Totally let me know in the comments down below. I would love to showcase them in a future update and then of course shout you out. So subscribe for that video with the secret changes and also the Helix items if they are good and way more. A like on the video would be awesome, and check out my most recent Assassin's Creed video on the next 6 years for the franchise. The full roadmap namely got leaked by clicking on the screen. I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.